And we're pleased to be joined by Michele Liew, the founder of Swing Lab Performance and Therapy. Michele, welcome to Golf Talk Canada.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Well, just so our viewers and listeners know, I've seen you a couple times, and we'll get into that because you have changed my golf off season, and I am so excited for golf season just around the corner here in the GTA. But for those who aren't aware, give us a sense of what the Swing Lab Performance and Therapy is all about.
So I started Swing Lab Performance and Therapy about 4 years ago. The main idea was that we want to be able to look at how people utilize their body in the golf swing to help people either prevent injury, recover from injury, or also if you struggle to achieve something in your golf swing, we look at what is happening with the body and how you're utilizing it in the golf swing to figure out basically the why you can't do it or you do certain things in the golf swing. Then that way we can work on the root cause, which is changing how your body moves and help you achieve that changes in the golf swing.
Well, and the beauty of this, Michele, is that any golfer, any age can go and see you, whether you're 10 years old, whether you're 75 years old. I'm sure you have clients who are a number of different ages.
Yeah, so right now we do see golfers as young as, we have a couple between like 6 to 8. Those are like competitive, very high level competitive juniors. And then we have clients as old as like 82. So we have someone 80 that started golf at 70, which was pretty cool. So yeah, the main thing is because we're looking at more the body. As long as someone has a developed swing pattern, we can take a look and see how they utilize the body and how to make it more efficient so that they don't get injured and also perform better.
Now, I've been through a couple of sessions, like I mentioned, but walk us through the process of when someone comes in and sees you for the first time.
Yeah, for sure. So for the first appointment, usually we go through the whole 3D biomechanics assessment. And we will start with a comprehensive head to toe physical assessment, looking at your mobility, how the joints move, your range of motion. And we do neuromuscular testing to see how the muscles are firing, the major ones we need in the golf swing, if they're working or not. And we also go through some tests to see how you control motions when we're loading the hip joints and the different joints in the body. Then after that, we go through and do a 3D biomechanics analysis of your golf swing, where we'll break down to see all the tilt, rotation, angles, and all the fun stuff, like all the numbers in the little robot, so that we can tie that back to what we know with your body to figure out the connection in between to see how we can make it better.
And so that's where you see how you can make it better. So after the first assessment I went to, you sent me, I believe it was 7 or 8 different exercises to help mobility, flexibility, and strength. But these aren't your typical, squat, deadlift, bench press. These are exercises built directly to enhance your golf swing, your core, your legs, your hips. So they're not your typical exercises, but they're exercises specifically for golf, correct?
Yeah, I would say yes, they're specifically for golf, but they're more targeted to exactly to what we saw in the physical assessment, right? So sometimes we get people where they don't necessarily have a mobility issue in the physical problems, but then they have the range of motion, they just don't know how to control or how to move that in the golf swing. Then the exercises will be different, and people that are restricted in mobility, they will have to regain the mobility first, depending on what the cause is. And then from there, we progress into strengthening. Yes, but like you say, is not the typical strengthening exercises you see. At the beginning, you don't really need a lot of resistance or weight training. Is more getting the right muscles to work, and it can be pretty tough on people.
Well, it can certainly be pretty tough on people, but I feel personally that as a taller guy, it's helped me, not on the golf course, just in terms of how my hips are feeling, how my back is feeling, which is a great thing, which I'm super excited about. But for the common player, is the back and hips, is that where you see the most tightness and need for improve, or is it somewhere else in the body?
Definitely the back and hip are one of the most common spots. I would say the most common we see, number one, is definitely where the spine go into the pelvis, that junction, where most people struggle with having enough mobility there just because people sit a lot nowadays, right? And then the other thing that we see a lot is upper spine and shoulders. Same thing with people being on computer and phones a lot more, that the spine gets stiff and the muscles in the upper back a lot of times don't work properly, which restricts how people move their shoulder and rotate the upper body in the golf swing. So those two would definitely be the most common one that we see.
Well, and another really cool thing about your facility is that, yes, there's this great space to do a bunch of drills, some cables, all these different strength training specifically for golf. But there's also a golf simulator. So you get to hit balls. What's it like for you
Yes.
and your staff to have that ability to have a client come in, spend the first half of their assessment, getting work done, getting some new drills to do, and then actually getting to watch them hit balls? That's got to be great for you guys and great for the client too, to take some of the changes that you've implemented and see if they pay off.
Yeah, for sure. So I insisted on we having the simulator because at the end of the day, if we work on the body and the body started moving better, it's hard to know if it translates into the golf swing until we work on that part. So like after the assessment in the follow-ups, what we do is we will do a combination of manual therapy, corrective exercise, strengthening, and then we spend like the last 15, 20 minutes working on it to translate in the golf swing so that if you learn how to move and stabilize your hip a certain way, we want to make sure you can do it while you are having the club in your hand as well, so that you can go play. When you go play, it's better.
Well, I've enjoyed my first couple of sessions with you, Michele, and I know all of our listeners tuning into this right now and people watching this too will as well. Where can people find more information on the Swing Lab Performance and Therapy?
Yeah, so you can go onto our website, swinglabtheory.com, and we actually do have a home assessment guide that people can download and kind of go through a couple tests and then book a complimentary consultation with us, where we'll go over your results with you and kind of see what is causing the restriction and how we may help you. And you can also find us on Instagram at swinglabto, and I think, yeah, and Facebook. Facebook is Swing Lab Performance and Therapy.
Well, Michele, like I mentioned, I've really enjoyed the first couple sessions I've gone to. I know TSN Radio Program Director Jeff McDonald's also been very high, very keen on his
Yes,
experience with
he's
you
been
so
here.
far. Definitely. Thanks for your time today, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.